Hi, Christina. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm excited to connect because you wrote a couple really beautiful reviews. And so I had the team reach out and say hi and see if we could spend some time together and just find out a little bit about your experience with Glow Natural Wellness. So, first of all, thank you for taking the time to share your experiences and your positive review. But thank you in advance for spending time with me because what we're finding is that we know we're awesome in a lot of ways. I mean, we know we're not perfect, but when we get to hear these reviews, what we're finding and getting feedback is that your message of your experience will reach the right person. So it's really exciting to be able to hear from people that were directly, in our community. So thank you in advance. So Christina, would you mind just introducing yourself before you found Glow Natural Wellness, just a little bit about who you are?
Well, my name's Christina, and I live in Connecticut. I'm 67 years old. I have a master's degree in business. I was in corporate finance for 25 years. I jumped off the corporate ladder and became a massage therapist for 15 years. So I followed a very natural path for quite a while. Love natural things, essential oils, all that stuff. I had a very serious car accident 4 years ago and had 7 surgeries in 4 years. So I went through a very stressful time health wise. And during that time, I gained 25 pounds and had to focus just on recovery. I had to just focus on that for so long. I had 40 months of rehab, very horrific surgeries, and went through a serious cortisol overload in my system and was trying to go through conventional medical treatments on how to deal with that and was coming up with stonewall after stonewall after stonewall, asking my doctors, something's wrong, I don't feel right. Can you test my hormones? I, I, I'm waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I know that that's telling my system that I'm having cortisol overload. I'm developed this cortisol belly. I know that that's from my research that there's a problem. From the general GP, from my orthopedic surgeon, from the gynecologist. There's no reason to test your hormones. Your hormones fluctuate every day. There's only so many battles I could fight, giving everything else I was dealing with. So I had a problem with my foot not healing. And so I did get some estradiol because they thought that estrogen would help the calcium of some of my orthopedic problems. So I did finally get them to give me that. So even though I was on that, once I finally did the testing, which I had to pay for myself, so I finally jumped on when I saw that it was on sale from the Glow system. I said, okay, finally, I was at the end of my ordeal. I said, now I feel comfortable trying to do something myself. I was a little leery because I was having so many surgeries. There's only so much I could do. So I was kind of having to wait. And even though I was taking estradiol for 3 years, it was still half of what it should have been. I was like, thank God I had something that could show me what I already knew, that my system was off. So it gave me such a sense of comfort, that almost like reassurance, like, okay, I'm not crazy. I know something's off. Now I can go to my doctors. I have a physical in September and I can say, okay, now look, I have proof of what I've been telling you. Now what can we do? It gave me some confidence of now I can be the captain of my own ship. All this other medical stuff is behind me now. Finally, I've been successfully recovered from all of this other crisis. I recovered successfully through a lot of hard work. And now I can get back on to, I want my life back.
Yeah.
I have a granddaughter who's being born in 15 weeks, and this is going to help me.
So it sounds like quite a huge journey, but what I'm hearing and what I want to congratulate is the part of you that kept going and kept asking and kept researching and kept being your own advocate, and then also had the wisdom to listen to your own intuition. Christina, I wish it was a rare story to hear, but I've been with Dr. Michelle for 10 years, and I've had the pleasure of connecting with women around the world, and I keep hearing the same thing, which is I knew something was off. I knew there had to be a better way. And I kept asking and asking. And the brilliance of these women that keep asking and looking and then finding, right? Advocating for themselves. And you can only knock on a closed door for so long. And I'm not trying to vilify Western medicine. There are many aspects that they do beautifully. But when it comes to what we're talking about today with bioidentical hormones, right, done correctly, women have now the right to know that when it's done properly, right, clean ingredients, testing, proper dosing, proper delivery, when it's done correctly, it is helpful, it is beneficial, it's incredible. It can be a complete game changer. And I think the tide is turning. There used to just be a complete, like you said, stonewall. For some, they're starting to say, this isn't my area of expertise. I don't know. Some are becoming a little more open. Some are still stuck in the information from 20 plus years ago, and they think that synthetic is bioidentical. It's not. That's like saying an orange and an orange Skittle are the same thing. They're not. I just want to congratulate you for, I know it takes hard work to heal. I've been there. I understand that. I'm coming back, right? Every day feeling healthier and healthier. I'm going to keep asking, I'm going to keep looking, I'm going to keep trying, and I'm going to heal. And so I know you didn't heal accidentally. It was your own work and then collaborating, but you've kept going. So I just want to say congratulations, because it's a big ordeal. And then also, can you speak a little bit to how you found Glow Natural Wellness? How did you find the Healthy Hormone Club? Do you remember how you found us?
I have a background in research. I have a background in, with through my studies with massage therapy, trying to find solutions for my clients. Someone comes in with fibromyalgia. Let me research what essential oils might help you. So I'll go down rabbit holes. And I was looking for natural solutions and just kind of came across Dr. Michelle and started, okay, I think first it was on the internet, and then I found her on Instagram. And I started following her on Instagram and love her videos, her bodybuilding stuff. Um, just recently, I hired my own personal trainer and told her, I need to be able to lift this new baby. I've had neck surgery, neck fusions, back fusions, and I said I need to be strong enough to hold this baby. And we're working on that. And in fact, yesterday I went to get my hair cut, and my hairdresser said, "Your arms look great. What are you doing?" So
Oh, I'm going to tell.
I,
Yeah.
I told my trainer, and she goes, "Isn't that good when somebody else notices it?"
Oh, I love that for you, Christina. That's so good. And you get to show the baby like the strong arms. And congratulations on grandbaby. Is this your first grandbaby?
Yep.
Oh, congrats.
I tell people that resilience is my superpower. And like, even though I know that our hormones fluctuate every day, but they don't fluctuate this much every day.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to going back to my Western medicine doctors and saying, you weren't listening to me. I took it into my own hands. And then I'm looking also forward to the next testing is on October for the hormone testing to see how it's going to change, see how it's improving. It's improving. And I've done this before where I have a lot of arthritis. And so I did a gluten-free diet, and my C-reactive protein was reduced in half. And sometimes you don't think these small little things change until you can have some type of test. So I think people think, oh, the testing isn't that important, but it helps you see empirical data. And people think, oh, the testing's expensive. It's not that expensive, but you have to kind of prove yourself. At least for me, I need to see real data. Maybe it's the financial background. And it's like, okay, once I see numbers, and then it's like whatever effort you have to put into it, if you see a change, then you can prove to yourself. I don't have to prove it to anybody else. If I see results, if I see, I've already lost like 6 pounds. It's like, 6 pounds is a lot when you're 67 and you've got, I've got 40% of my body is titanium. It's like, you know, my neighbors are like, you're always walking, you're always at the gym. And it's like, I don't go to the gym. I don't put on a bathing suit in January to go to the pool because it's like I do it because it makes me feel good. I get natural endorphins, natural, you make your own chemicals, you make your own hormones. And the only way you can do that is by moving. So get
Absolutely.
up and move.
I love it. Get up and move. We need to hear that message for sure. And what's interesting, since you love the data, is that recently, each year, more and more studies are coming out about the longevity benefits, right? So symptom relief, right? We have the short-term benefit of bioidentical hormones done correctly. So within the Healthy Hormone Club, you have the unlimited testing and retesting, and then the hormones, right? But it's the proper dosing and delivery. But what's really fun now is there's more and more data about not only are women getting the symptom relief, let's say there was night sweats or waking up in mood and all of the things that might be experienced when our hormones are imbalanced, but there's more data coming out about the longevity benefits that we might not feel immediately, right? Bone density over time, cardiovascular, our brain health. So everything is impacted with imbalance and everything's impacted with balance. And so it's now becoming this incredible longevity formula. So I think that's really wonderful. But what I'm hearing you say, which I really hope anyone who's watching this gets to, is that you're taking responsibility in addition to the bioidentical hormones, moving your body, you're working out, right? That is such an important piece of the system getting stronger and getting back into balance is all the other things that you're doing in addition, right? It's working together. I think that's
Y-
really important.
Your body wants to move, and your body, and I know that part of my problem was because of this, all these surgeries that I had to do, like when I had a bone transplant in my foot. I almost lost my foot. I had four doctors tell me they were going to amputate my foot. And what they told me I had to do for 20 weeks was not move. I thought I was going to go out of my mind. I said, I'd rather you tell me I had to crawl for 10 miles to not move for someone who craves moving, but I had to save my foot. So the inactivity was like torture. So the inactivity affected my metabolism, but I had to do it to save my foot. So now I have to rev up everything and I have to change my body. It was the cortisol was pumping, saving, telling itself, we're under stress, we're under stress, we're under stress. Now it's trying to change all that mechanism to say, you're okay now.
Yeah.
It's over. For four
Yeah.
years, it was in stress. Now it's like to try to change that, it's so simple, but it's trying to change all these mechanisms to say just the same what Dr. Michelle says. You got to go to bed at 9:30. You got to eat every 3 meals a day. You got to stay calm. You got to do your mala beads. You got to be calm and peaceful. You got to move every day. And what your mind wants to say is, give me something faster to do.
Mm.
And what it really is just let the process go. Let all the body's mechanisms slow down and realize we're not being chased by a tiger anymore.
Yeah.
And that is so hard mentally because you want to do,
Mm.
and fix it fast. And I'm just had the last surgery in June that I took all the plates out of my foot that were holding the bone transplant together. Everything's fine now. So it's like every day I wake up and it's like, it's over. You
Yeah.
you went through it. It's done. Now you're on the path. There's no more tigers. You got to go to bed at 9:30.
Mhm.
You got to have your chamomile tea. You got to go slow. And part of the hormones, okay, what time, what body part am I putting it on today? I go through my little list. Today's the first day of the month. No hormones today. Okay,
Right.
we'll do it again tomorrow. So it's like, okay, now it's time to let the tide go out.
I love it. I love it. You're so brilliant. And not only resilient, I would say resilient, and now you get to have the rest, the peaceful rest that when we're resting, right? It's almost like our nervous system is like a light switch. Yeah. So when we're in stress and defend mode, you can't be in defense and then letting go and healing, right? We're not defending and healing. So it's one or the other. So now you get to say, like, my rest and my recharge. So I'm resilient and restful and I'm peaceful and I'm healing, like choosing to be in that very healing state, right? It's a different place than, right, when you were working to heal. Now you get to let go and heal, right? There's a bit of
Wow.
rest and recharge and an exhale, right? A bit of a receiving now, right? So you get to put yourself in that place where when you're resting, you're regenerating and you're rejuvenating, and that's part of your healing formula. And my guess is that when you get to hold that baby, there's going to be just these gorgeous waves, and know that it's a healing tonic that our bodies produce, that when we're in love and we're in joy, the healing will just be exponentially increased just from being able to give and receive that love and that joy, and your nervous system being in that place of just being so grateful, so in love, so in joy. It's your healing. You'll just notice how, even thinking about it, your body probably feels energized. So you could start thinking now about how good it feels to hold this grandbaby, and how much you love and how much great gratitude you have, and put yourself in that very healing state. And all the good things you're doing, all that impact will just be magnified. So that's a really fun thing to do, because our brilliant mind can't tell the difference between perception and reality. So the more you get to play in that place of joy and love and gratitude and create that through your system, it's a powerful healing tonic that you can do now.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't wait.
Oh, beautiful. Oh my gosh. And so, okay, so the numbers, the data, and you get your test back. That's one piece of it. But how are you feeling in your body? What are some of the changes that you've noticed, if anything, with your hormones and the bioidentical hormones in the Healthy Hormone Club? Are there benefits on your sleep, your energy levels? What would you say are some of the benefits that you're experiencing?
It's only been a month, so
Okay.
I don't know if I can really quantify anything yet.
Yeah.
I think more of it's, like I said, mentally feeling like, okay, now I can feel like the captain of my ship.
Yes.
Like, okay, now we're in control. Now I feel
Mm.
like I can implement this plan. And
Yeah.
so I feel like a relief.
Yes.
I don't
Yes.
know if it's early days.
It is.
So
Yeah. So for some reason, I missed that you were this early in. That's wonderful. Yeah, about 6 to 8 weeks. And then just know that you always have, one of the beautiful parts of being a member is you have unlimited access to clinical. So you can call and check in, and they might say, let's do a little bit more, let's do it a little less, let's add this day. You can do all. So check in at about 6 to 8 weeks. But yeah,
yeah.
oh, good. I'm
I've been on the goddess drops
okay.
longer, and I've
Uh-huh.
been on the vitamins longer. Daily Glow and the
Oh,
Night Glow. I'm
uh-huh.
gradually getting rid of all my other ones because I
Yes.
realized I was taking like 10, and I look at the supplements that are in the Daily Glow in the evening. I'm like, I don't need these other ones
Yeah.
anymore. So I'm gradually getting those as they're depleting. I'm not going to buy them anymore because she has all of those in the same bottle that
Okay.
I was buying three or four different kinds to get the same quantity that are in her one pill. And it's like, I'm having to like sort out five different pills to get the same thing that's in her pills. And I'm like, as soon as these are done, I'm not going to buy them anymore because
Yeah.
Why take three when you can just take one?
Absolutely. When I first met Dr. Michelle, I had kind of like a suitcase of all these different things, and
I
she was
have
like, "Well, this."
a big bag. And it's like,
And she
what?
told, yeah, she told me like point to the one that changes your life. And I said, well, this one's this, and this one's super expensive, and this is this, and this is that. And she said, but right, but which one is really impacting? Like you can feel a difference. And so what she did is she basically took away like 80% of what I was taking, and then it was 90%. It was just Daily Glow and Glow PM, right? So the six
Well,
and
it
one in the
costs so
morning.
much money to buy all those to 10 different things. It's like
Exactly.
everything's $30 and it's like what I only need one pill that has all of it in it. And then you're like you after a while you're like your stomach feels like why am I taking these 10 things?
Yeah.
It takes me, 2 glasses of water to take them all. I remember when was going to a nutritionist with my foot and he's like I was taking melatonin and he's like stop taking melatonin and spend the money on good food. You don't need melatonin because unless you're going through time zones, you don't need melatonin. Spend your money on good food.
Yeah, Daily Glow is a non-negotiable. I have to have Daily Glow. I will never run out of it because when I started taking it, I said, this, I can actually feel this. This was one of the first supplements because of the integrity of, she designed it and she protects the ingredients that are in there. I didn't realize that supplement industry is not so nice and that they can swap out ingredients and do all these things. But anyway, in her product, when I tried Daily Glow, I said, this, I can feel it. I can feel a difference. And I easily let go of the other supplements for sure. And I've heard Dr. Michelle say over the years, supplements should be just that, supplemental, just like you said, to good food, good nutrition, good movement, and you can supplement if needed. But if not, you're actually taxing your body. If your body doesn't need it, why add all this extra capsules and gelatin and all this extra stuff, right? And then the expense. So I love that you found Daily Glow and Glow PM. That makes me happy. Yeah, they're
Yeah,
really, really
I've
good
been taking
products.
those for a while.
Great.
And I
What's been
like
your
the goddess
experience?
drop. I like the goddess drops too.
Oh, good. So Goddess Drops, what do you feel has been something that you've noticed, like a before and after with Goddess Drops?
I like the taste. I like the taste of those. And I just feel like it makes me feel like I'm doing something beneficial for myself first thing in the morning. When I first get up, I do the goddess drops and then I have warm lemon water
Oh,
before
beautiful.
I have coffee and stuff. It's like a quiet, reflective time.
And very protective, yeah.
I guess I've liked the ritual of it.
Me too. Yeah, that's something I'm very, very protective of, that morning time, the morning glass of water and some very, very quiet time. I love to get up before the rest of the house and just
Yeah.
have that time with me. And so I appreciate that glass of water and then the lemon and then the coffee later,
I
having
think
that
I like
time.
the ingredients too, because like I said, I've studied a lot of essential oils and stuff, so I like the ingredients that's in it.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. All right. So having the goddess drops in the morning, and then anything that you've noticed with Daily Glow and Glow PM as far as how you feel, if someone was wondering, should I buy? I think right now we have a combination. Every once in a while we do these sales, and I think right now Daily Glow and Glow PM are together in a sale. If someone was saying to
Well, I've
themselves,
always been a proponent of vitamins because I don't think you can get everything you need from the American diet without eating I wouldn't be able to eat all the food. Like
mhm,
I eat pretty well, but I still can't eat 5 to 6 servings of everything every
mhm,
day. And so I've always taken vitamins, but they have everything in it. And like I said, if you had to take multiple vitamins to get all that in it, you feel like you're getting bloated to take enough. But she's got it condensed in in one tablet, and you just take them throughout the day. So with your meals, it's just so easy. You're not taking like, I have if without hers, I have to take this whole thing. It's too many.
mhm,
It just and I just feel bloated having to take the multiples. She's got it all condensed into one, and it just seems to be smoother on your stomach.
mhm.
So I like the fact that it's easier to take and gentle. So it
Beautiful.
just seems to be easier to take.
Yeah.
And I take the ones at night, I take the ones in the morning, and I feel like I'm done.
Yep.
and I feel like I've I've taken care of that. And so I feel like with the spending the money on the quality food, I've everything's what I need.
Beautiful. Yep. Yep. I very beautiful plan. And I love that you found Healthy Hormone Club, and I love that you're a researcher that, right? Like you've been researching and you found a really nice formula. So it sounds like just you're in a
But
really,
it is an expense. But when I talked to the woman I talked to when I went over my test results, I said, I was a financial person too. It's $5 a day. I mean, what do you spend $5 on a day? You could spend $5 a day on a pack of gum and a bottle of water, and that doesn't even benefit you really. So what do you spend $5 a day on that you don't even think about? And
really, yeah, that's a really strong way to look at it. Thank you. Yeah.
$5 a day, you can People Magazine's 10.
Mm.
You throw that away. So, you know,
Yeah.
I didn't think I just said that's $5 a day. That's nothing.
Yeah. That's beautiful. So I love that. What would you say to somebody? Was there hesitation when you were thinking about joining the Healthy Hormone Club? How did you get to the yes? Was it the $5 a day to get the testing and the hormones included, or what was it that did you have hesitation, or what helped you decide saying yes to Healthy Hormone Club?
Once I saw my results and I saw how bad it was a no-brainer. I think I just needed to see. I didn't have any, I just didn't know how bad it was. And once I saw that I needed to fix it, I didn't have any concrete evidence, just had a feeling, an instinct. Then it was like, oh man, this is bad. I got to fix this. It's like it's like if you had a broken bone, you got to fix it, you know. And I used to think like I would say to people like I spend a lot of money on my hair, okay? But you wear your hair every day. And I'd see people spend $200 on a pair of shoes and think nothing of it. I'm thinking, but how many times a day, a month do you wear your shoes? You know, you've got to think about how often you do something, and then you divide it by frequency. So you wear your hair every day. My hair's gray now, but I spend a lot of money on conditioning it and making it look healthy. But I wear my hair every day. I could spend $100 on a pair of shoes and wear them once a month. So invest your money in something that you're going to get more benefit out. So if I'm taking care of my body every day. I'm going to put more money into that than something, you know, how much do you spend going out to dinner? I might go out to dinner twice a month. You drop what? $200? And you don't think anything of it. And I'm going to put that $200 towards myself every day as opposed to going out to dinner once a month. So I just have a different way of looking at where I'm going to invest my budget. I'm on fixed income. I live on Social Security. I have a little bit of investment money, but where am I going to put my investment? Where it's going to benefit me most. I want to feel good. I want to feel good every day as best as I can. I got a baby that I'm looking forward to.
Yeah. I'm so excited for you. You're just better and better. This is so exciting. Oh my goodness. So you're going to need to take a picture if you want of you holding baby and send it in. That would be so gorgeous. So this is one of my favorite questions, which is if you could talk directly to Dr. Michelle, is there anything that you'd like her to know? Anything you'd like to share with her? I always like to share um, with her when people have any feedback or anything they'd like to share. So if there's anything you'd like to
I
say
love I
direct.
love her enthusiasm. I love her dedication. I think she's so sincere. Um, and you can tell that she's been through a hard time too. Like she walks her talk. Like you can tell she's had a hard time. She talks about when she was had a hard time having a baby. I had a hard time having a baby. Um, and so I think she lives her values. And I think that's why it's easy to uh follow her. I think she's sincere. Um, and you can tell she works hard. It's, so, and I think she cares about women,
Deeply.
and we need more medical people to care about women.
Yep. Yep, she deeply cares. She's super passionate. She works very hard, but she loves just as hard as she works. So she really is dedicated to the education and empowerment of women and knew that women deserved more when it came. She had a very busy clientele in the beginning, but she knew that women would be well served with bioidentical hormone support done correctly and couldn't find anything. And the more she dug into it, the more upset she became by the options that women had, the synthetics or being stonewalled or everything that you described was her experience. And so she couldn't in good, she didn't feel good about recommending this to her clients. So she said, I could either be stuck or create my own program. And I want it to be the best of the best. I want it to be the best value. I want women to get support, education, testing, and the cleanest hormones available. So we're really proud that we're now Leaping Bunny certified, which means we never test on animals, but we are the cleanest hormones out there. We know that other people will eventually probably try to copy us, but as of right now, we are the cleanest hormones available. And it's thrilling to be with. And that's why I've been with her for 10 plus years, is that I just absolutely love who she is as a person. She's just brilliant mind and brilliant heart. So I'm so glad that you found us, and I'm so glad that you joined the Healthy Hormone Club. And I'm really looking forward to hear, the benefits maybe 3, 6 months in, seeing how
Yeah.
you're doing. I'd love to stay in touch. Is there anything that you'd want to say to anybody who can relate to your story of just feeling kind of broken and needing to heal a lot and stuck? Is there anything you'd like to say to anybody who might be in a place where they've got a lot of healing to do? I think that
Well, I've told other people, like I go to the pool all the time, and I'm in the therapy pool because it's heated and we're all healing. I tell people, don't give up. Don't give up. You've got to keep looking, and something that worked yesterday may not work tomorrow, but just don't give up. Keep looking for answers and keep trying. You deserve to feel good.
yeah. Absolutely. Isn't that the truth? And wouldn't it be easy if it was so easy, right, to feel good? But my son the other day was saying, he's 10, and he was saying, like, why do I have to think about what I eat? I just want to eat what I want to eat. And I said, I understand that. And I wish I could just feed you whatever. But we're actually in a world now where we have to be really careful about what we're eating and what we drink, because it adds up over time. And there are certain things that are pretending to be food that are not really food. And the body doesn't know what to do with it, especially when we're in the position of really needing to heal. He's lucky he's 10, he can eat something and feel fine. I myself, if I eat something that's really unclean, I feel like a food hangover, if you will. And that's just my way of knowing that was a meal that was my body's going to have to work to detox from that. And I can have a little bit of that, but the working out and the movement and watching what we eat, the body is so resilient when we take good care of it. So I love that you're so powerfully resilient and you've kept going, but you also are that warrior, that you've taken personal responsibility, right? I hear that you've sought experts and help. However, you're taking personal responsibility and showing up, right? How am I eating? How am I moving? I know I want to heal. I have this baby I'm healing for, right? Like there's so much that
Well,
you're,
also it's not the baby, just the baby. It's I want to help my son. He's a new father. He- they're going to need help too. The family needs to stay together, and we all need to we all need to help each other. And I don't want to leave him either. I don't, you know, I believe in that. I think I wrote it down. I said that don't give up on yourself. You deserve to feel great. Aging is not a disease. It just is needs it's an imbalance that plenty of older people can be healthy and strong. It's not a disease. It's just an imbalance. If you can stay in balance, you can be vital.
Wow, I love that. I love that. If you can stay in balance, you stay vital. Absolutely. I love that so much. And aging is not a disease. And if you're moving,
Disease.
and you brilliantly also came upon the realization to keep your metabolism strong by, you said you're working with a trainer building muscle. I've been in this health space for a long time, but I really wasn't as into weightlifting as I was until Dr. Michelle started really helping me understand that muscle and metabolism are strongly linked. And or basically your muscle is your metabolism. And so I didn't recognize that I
Yeah.
thought I can do my walking, and my walking's wonderful. I love my walking, but building muscle has really been exciting, and I feel powerful, but it's helped my
Even when I'm
energy
in the
level.
pool, I'm using weights in the
Yeah,
pool.
awesome.
And I
Yep,
love the sauna. I do the sauna 3 times a week.
I love it. I
Love
love
the
it.
sauna.
So
People
what
people are
I'm
like, how I do this sauna for 45 minutes.
Yep. So you're a huge advocate of doing what you can, right? So you've gotten yourself into the pool and found something that is not only
It's like
therapeutic, but I can build.
I do
Yeah,
aerobics in the pool.
great.
Because I have all this hardware in my body.
Yeah,
I use weights in the water and do
yep.
aerobics in the water. I have an
Smart.
hour routine. I do it 3 times a week.
Perfect. That's awesome. I love that we got to play together and meet. And thank you so much. I
Don't give
know.
up. Keep fighting.
Keep absolutely. And so I know that somebody listening is going to just be so inspired. I'm inspired by what you shared, and I would love to stay in touch to hear how you keep doing. And I just thank you for your time, because I know there's going to be so many women that relate to that place of like, it just hurts. I don't want to, and then just get that inspiration from you, like, okay, I'm going to keep going and find something I can do. I can keep moving. I'll spend the money on the good food. I'm going to get my hormones
Only
balanced.
$5 a day.
Yeah, that $5
Five
a
dollars
day.
a day.
I love that. I really do. That's
Like, how
incredible.
would you waste that on?
Yep. Yep. And then this is a longevity formula, right? This is really important to prioritize, because there are days where if we're phoning it in, it's not the same day as when we're living with vitality and
Think
joy.
of how much you
Yeah.
love your son. I love my son just as much. I don't want to
Yeah.
leave him.
Yep.
I don't want to leave him at all. Never.
Yep. Agreed. Yep. And having those joy-filled days, like when we're really engaged and have the energy to be present and play, or right, like to be involved. I think that sometimes people in some circumstances can just mistake like going through the motions of the day versus living your day, showing up with passion and vitality. And that takes feeling good and taking
I
care.
also give art tours to school kids at the
Oh,
local museum.
awesome.
I do that twice a week.
Giving back. That's so sweet.
It's
Yeah.
fun. I like to turn them on to art history and stuff.
Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you for doing that. I'm sure it fills you up too, but I used to do a lot of work with kids, and when we have people pouring into the next generation and enriching them, it's so powerful, right?
Keeps your
So,
brain active.
yep, absolutely. Absolutely. It's 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 definitely part of the longevity formula, being in community, giving, being of service for sure.
I learn new things all the time. We're always learning new exhibitions.
Oh, I
So
love that.
we gotta learn it so we can teach them.
So much gold here. Really, the last 5 minutes, if someone was really looking for a powerful longevity formula, right? It's moving, keeping yourself involved in community, keep learning, and keep advocating for yourself, but keep moving, right? It really is keep moving.
Well,
And
what my friends and I say to each other is stay engaged in life.
yeah, For sure. For sure. All right. Beautiful. Thank you so much for your time. I'm going to turn the recording off and we'll say goodbye. I'm going to turn the recording off. So thanks for watching. All right, everybody, take care. All right. Bye bye.